Okay, here you go.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for joining tonight. Thank you for giving me some time today. I'm here with Advanced EDU, and I just wanted to give you all just some background information about our program, what we have to offer, and just to see if anybody's interested in learning more. So I'm going to go ahead and skip this slide. Give me just a sec. So I'm just going to share a little bit about what Advanced EDU is. So Advanced EDU, we are a nonprofit here in Colorado, in Denver, actually, and we are a nonprofit that helps students in Colorado close the degree attainment gap and get connected to their careers. So what we do is we partner with a few universities that are nonprofit and accredited that offer online flexible degrees. So we partner with 3 universities right now: Southern New Hampshire University, Colorado State University Global, and Western Governors University. All of those 3 partners are nonprofit accredited, and they have online flexible degrees. We also negotiate rates with each of the tuition rates with each of those university partners. So going through Advanced EDU, you not only get supports from us, but you also get a discount in tuition. Another thing that we do is we know that college and university can be a difficult and challenging system to navigate. So we have personal success coaching. What that looks like is you can think of it as, in college, everyone has like their academic counselor. You might see them, once a semester, sometimes even fewer times. But here at Advanced EDU, we want to make sure that you're getting that big network of support, and one of those ways is to make sure that you're getting an experience that meets your needs. So the personal success coaching, you're going to meet with your coach weekly, and you're going to talk to them about whatever needs that you may have, whether it's help with tutoring or help staying on track and being accountable, as well as some other supports like mental health challenges or transportation challenges, right? That's what makes our program really special, because yes, everything is online, but you're still connected to a network of support. One of those networks of support is another thing that we do is we have a campus in downtown Denver on 32nd and Walnut, and it's our co-learning campus. So everything is online. So there are no lectures or any lessons done at the learning space. Co-learning space is just a really awesome, quiet place to study, meet with your coach, and meet with other students as well. We do provide food. There's always food there, and as well as childcare for those who need that. The last piece of our puzzle is the paid career experience. We have connections to a lot of different Denver and Colorado companies that are looking for new talent. And so whenever you feel ready, we also have an earn and learn model for students who want to earn some college credit while they also earn a living wage. So that's awesome. We also have career exploration opportunities and internships available for a lot of our students as well. So all in all, we're a nonprofit here in Denver, providing a customizable college and career experience. So we are fairly new. We started in March of 2020. And as you can imagine, that was probably a great time for an online college to start because of the pandemic. But we started in 2020, and this came about because a lot of higher up people in DPS were talking about how DPS students were graduating at really awesome rates. Denver public school students were graduating at better rates than we have seen before. They're feeling supported, but DPS students were not finishing colleges at the rate as other districts in the state or other states. So they're like, let's put our heads together and kind of figure out where these gaps are for our Denver public school students. Where are they falling off and what do they need? And they noticed in their research that it's not the students that are struggling or failing. It's the systems that we're placing our students in that are not serving them as well as they should be. And so one of those questions was, well, how can we make college work for the students, that we need to serve? And so that's how Advanced EDU came about. We are not the first college of this sort. There's a lot of them all over the country. There's Rivet in Rivet in California, Peloton U in Texas. There's Duet in Boston. There's a lot of them everywhere. So we're not the first of our kind, but we are the first and only hybrid college here in Denver. So really, we are designed to work for students who are working or who have other family commitments. Maybe they're student parents, maybe they have other types of dependents. They might need to work at the same time as they go to school. And for students who this is the first time that anybody in their family has ever been navigating or experiencing these systems, and they need just a little bit more support. So that's who we're designed for. Like I mentioned, we're working with 3 university partners here, Southern New Hampshire University, which we also call SNU, CSU Global, which is a well-respected university here in Colorado. We have CSU Fort Collins and CSU Pueblo. And now the third is CSU Global, which is their online platform, which is awesome. And Western Governors University, which is also very respected online university. So like I mentioned, it's very important for us that our university partners are accredited and nonprofit. And we also have full transferability to and from any community college here in Colorado. So if you have previous credits, you can transfer them over. If you have a goal of, maybe finishing your associate's degree and transferring that over to another community college or even Metro State University, we can also have full transferability with those college partners as well. So what do we have to offer? We have a lot of different types of degrees, but we focus in these 4 areas. We have business and education, healthcare leadership, technology, and education. So the first one that I want to go over is our business pathway. The business pathway, we have 3 different options. We have certificates, associate's degrees, and bachelor's degrees. Certificates are from CSU Global. They're 18 credits, typically take about 9 months to a year. Associate's degrees, those are through Southern New Hampshire University. It's a general studies associate's degree, and you pick your concentration either in business or transforming the customer experience. And the associate's degrees are 60 credits. And then bachelor's degrees are 120 credits, and we have a mix of either Southern New Hampshire University or CSU Global. The Southern New Hampshire University's associate's degrees and bachelor's degrees are stackable, which is really awesome. I myself am a graduate of this program. I earned my associate's degree in 2021, and I am now working on my bachelor's degree in communication. So I started with SNU, took a little break, and now I'm finishing my other 60 degrees that I have left with Southern New Hampshire University as well. So we have a lot of these. Certificates are great for those who are trying to upscale some of their, experience. Maybe they want to go for another position in the company, or maybe they just want to upscale, whatever they have already learned, or, just trying to get a little ahead of the game, maybe learn something new. Associate's degrees, those are also a great place to start. These are great for students that are straight out of high school, or someone who, didn't quite finish those. Like I said, we do have a lot of good transferability possibilities from any colleges. So if you started a while ago and you want to finish that, this is a great place to be. And then the bachelor's degrees are also, we have a really awesome selection of the bachelor's degrees as well. Anything from project management to communication and accounting, which is awesome. The next one is healthcare leadership. Now, healthcare leadership is not clinical. Keep in mind, we are 100% online. All of the curriculum is online. So healthcare leadership is more of the logistical administrative side to healthcare. Think about, in a hospital, it's the people that it's not quite billing and coding, and it's not quite receptionist. It's more logistical than that. Think about, the people making sure that all the schedules are made, making sure everybody is up to code with their certifications and licenses, making sure, all of the equipment is up to date. It's a really awesome job, and it's great for people who know they want to be in healthcare or stay in healthcare, but maybe need something a little bit more 9-to-5 traditional administrative to healthcare. It also has great earning potential as well, and it's very needed here in Colorado. So what we have is certificates, associate's degrees, and bachelor's degrees. The associate in healthcare management through SNU, it is 30 credits. So that's a great place for somebody to start. Those are, the basics of healthcare management. You can stop there, we can help you, look for a position, start your career. You can take a break, maybe come back if you want to. The associate's degree is 60 credits, and it's stackable to the certificate. So you can start with the 30 credits with the certificate and then move up to the associate's degree. And then also the bachelor's degree as well. You can earn your 60 degrees associate's degree and then add 60 more to earn your bachelor's degree. So that's really awesome that they're stackable. And as well as CSU Global does have a healthcare administration and management bachelor's degree as well. Now, technology is a big one these days. Everyone's talking about it. It's a great place for women of color to be, especially, women need to be in technology. It's a great place. It has great earning potential, and it's growing here in Denver. So we want to see more women and more women of color in that sector. So what we have here is we have certificates, again, which are 18 credits. And we don't have any associate's degrees now, but we do have bachelor's degrees either through Western Governors University or CSU Global. So anything from cybersecurity to IT to data management and analysis, those are really awesome degrees to have. The certificates are great for somebody just wanting to get started, or again, someone trying to upscale. Maybe you've been in, IT level 1, and you want to maybe upscale, try and go for another position in your company. The certificates are great. If you're just starting out and you want to just get your foot in the door, a certificate is also great. So these are great degree pathways that have really awesome earning potential. And then the last of our pathways, it's the education pathway. We have a partnership with PEBC, which is the Public Education Business Coalition here in Colorado, to help put more teachers in Colorado. And again, like teachers, right? Teachers representative of the student body. Specifically for Denver Public Schools, we want to make sure that we are having accurate representation in our schools. So with this, here in Colorado, you don't have to have a specific teaching bachelor's degree to be a teacher. You can have any bachelor's degree. You just have to take the exams and licensing to be a teacher. So if you'd like to, we can get you started. We can get you to finish or start your bachelor's degree. Once you get that, once you obtain your bachelor's degree, then we can help. We can get you preferential admissions through the PEBC teacher prep program, which in a lot of cases it is paid for, so you don't have to pay anything out of pocket, and they can help taking any licensing exams, taking any like practicums or anything like that. The PEBC teacher prep is really awesome for that. So those are our 4 pathways. We have, again, business, healthcare leadership, technology, and education. I mentioned the 3 partners that we have, but I wanted to mention just like the difference of the coursework and how it works, right? Sometimes we think of like school and we think of, Tuesday, Thursday from 6 to 8, I have to log on. Well, with CSU and SNU, it's a little bit different. And this is where the flexibility conversation comes in. Both of these programs are asynchronous. That means that there are no class lecture times. There are no specific lecture dates or tests or anything like that. Everything is done, the whole curriculum is done on your own time, whether that's, from 9 to 10 p.m. when you put your kids to bed, or in the mornings, or Saturdays and Sundays, or just on your days off. That is when you're going to be able to log in and do your work. So let's start with SNU. SNU is asynchronous, which is really awesome. Southern New Hampshire University actually has been doing online degrees for a really long time, since before COVID, since before it was cool. So they have it down really well. And they have a lot of different types of degrees and types of programs. They also have an in-person campus in New Hampshire. But the curriculum that we are doing with Southern New Hampshire University is a competency-based program. So what that means is there are no tests, there are no classes. What you work on are projects, and those projects equate to credits. So whenever you work on a project and whenever you finish and submit a project is how fast you can earn a credit in that course. So what that time commitment looks like, it's about 12 to 15 hours per week. We like to tell students that the pacing should be one project per week. You're working and submitting one project per week. And so really what you're working on is to get that project mastered. What that looks like, it really depends on like the course, but let me just give you an example. Let's say you're working on an ethics class, right? Ethics is the same for healthcare leadership and business, or communication. So the project is you have to present to your work committee a PowerPoint on how ethics are now going to be closely monitored in your business, and they give you like a pretend business name and they give you a fake scenario. And so they give you all of the learning resources, right? Read this, watch this video, look at this article, here are all the things that you need to do. They give you a rubric, and the rubric says make an 8-slide PowerPoint on the ethics and XYZ. And so you might have already done that, right? You might have very good competency in that because you've done a million presentations before. You actually know a lot about ethical code in that form. So it takes you about 2 days to get that done, and then you turn it in. You turn it in, and the reviewer, the professor, gives it back to you and says, this is awesome. You checked all of the points, except you forgot to do your citations, which I am guilty of. I always mess up my citations. So then you work back on it, right? Maybe that takes you about a day or so. You do your citations, you revise it, and then you submit it, and you got that, the reviewer writes you back and they say, okay, you mastered it. Great job. That's it. You got your credit. Now, let's say ethics and PowerPoint is something that you haven't learned before, and that's okay. It might take you a little while more, but you have Southern New Hampshire University gives you all the learning resources as well as your coach. They're going to coach you through it. They're going to be like, okay, let me walk you through PowerPoint, or let me see what you have so far. Oh, look, let me show you a shortcut on how to add pictures, or here's where you write your notes. They're going to help you through that. So it is self-paced, but you're not totally on your own. So that I really like that. It's a really good way to get through stuff that you already know without sitting through one course a whole semester, proving that you already know how to write persuasive paragraphs. You can get through it as quickly as you need to. So that's what SNU looks like. Now, CSU Global, it is still asynchronous, but that looks a little bit different. There's a lot of reading, there's a lot of papers, discussion board posts, some tests in some courses, and then you have a lot of projects. So what that looks like is, like I said, everything is asynchronous, but the deadlines are Thursdays and Sundays. Every Thursday, students are required to interact with the discussion board post and post something in the discussion board. As well as Sundays, you have your weekly assignments. What those weekly assignments can be, it can look very different for different types of courses and professors, but you're thinking, maybe a project, maybe a 3 to 5 page paper on whatever the course is. So if you're like, I can't commit to going to class every Tuesday and Thursday, but I do better with deadlines. And so this might be a good middle ground for you. It is an CSU Global is an accelerated course. So you're squeezing 16-week courses into 8-week courses, which is, sometimes people feel overwhelmed by that. But if you already have some experience in that course, it's not going to seem as stressful. And then the time commitment for CSU Global, you're looking at 15 to 20 hours per week per course. And usually we like to start students with one course at a time, but you can take 2 if you need to. And that is CSU Global is a 0 through 100 grade, and you have to pass your courses with a C or higher. So that's kind of like the difference, and that's what that looks like. I know it's a little bit difficult to think about, like, well, I'm going to school online, but what does that look like? What does that mean? That hopefully I explained it a little bit better and you can picture it. But if you don't, that's okay. I think the biggest part is we know that online learning and online platforms can be scary, or can be, just a different and new thing to navigate. So that's why we have the success coaches to help students make sure that they're feeling prepared, make sure that they have the right resources and education and like technology confidence to move forward with this, as well as just somebody to help you stay on your course, keep you accountable and keep you motivated. This is just a few pictures of our campus. Again, we are a family-friendly campus, and we just want to emphasize that not all of our students are student parents. Some students are, just recent high school grads. Some students are adult learners, older learners, returning learners, lifelong learners. So we really service a lot of different types of populations, but we are really just trying to build a community of learners and meet people where they're at. And with that, excuse me, I wanted to talk about onboarding. So in the spirit of making sure people are supported and they feel ready to take this on, we have what we call Advanced EDU onboarding. So Advanced EDU onboarding is a 3 to 4 week period where students can, meet expectations and meet with coaches and also work on their college courses, but without that commitment of, if this doesn't work out, I'm going to have to pay all this money back, or I'm going to be on the hook for this bill. This is a perfect time for, people to kind of say, I don't want to say try out, because there are some expectations for AO that students do have to, meet. But it is a great time for people to say, I do want to go to school. I want to give it a try. We know life happens. We know that maybe it's not the right time, or maybe it wasn't what you thought it would be, or, things change. You got a promotion at your, in your job or anything like that. You can walk away without feeling any pressure to move on, without feeling like, man, I have to get through this because now I'm on the hook for paying. In between those 3 to 4 weeks, if something comes up, you don't have to pay anything. As well as maybe you do want to go on, but let's say maybe your digital skills are not there. You're not confident enough to say, okay, I want to get started right away with school. Maybe your coach and you can work a little bit longer after the trial period to get your digital skills up to par, so you can feel comfortable starting your college journey whenever you're ready. It doesn't mean we're kicking you out of the program. You still are going to have access and support to our coaches. We just want to make sure that when you're ready to take the step, you're making a really awesome choice for yourself and you don't feel pressured. So these are just some of our partners. I know we have a lot more even, soon joining the Advanced EDU network, but there's a lot of companies that we work with, organizations that we work with that are looking for students to be potential employees. We have just a few examples of students joining some of these companies. One of them is Hannah. Hannah actually came to us right after her high school diploma. She was a recent grad and she didn't know what to do. So she thought she would start with an associate's degree, right? General studies associate's degrees. And then she was like, I think I'm ready to maybe have a part-time job or an internship to kind of guide me, on what else to do or where to take myself after I finished my degree. And so actually Hannah got an apprenticeship with Pinnacle Assurance, and she did so well that she was actually named Apprentice of the Year last year for all of Colorado. And she actually got hired on at Pinnacle Assurance full-time while still being a student. So this is another good example of, you can go to school, you can have a job, and just like Hannah, she is earning a lot of great career experience, expanding her resume, expanding her work professional skills, as well as earning her degree. So when she does, and she is more than halfway through her associate's degree at SNU right now, she will be ready to, move up at Pinnacle Assurance or find a other position somewhere else with her experience and her degree. Before I move on to that, I just wanted to give you another example. We have a student actually, his name is Albert. He is doing the technology bachelor's degree in cybersecurity. And Albert actually knew he wanted to go into technology, but he wasn't sure like what type of pathway in technology. So he actually got an internship with Liberty Global as an IT level 1 specialist there. And now he's doing so good. He still has his internship and is so sure that he wants to keep going in IT that he just finished his halfway mark for his bachelor's degree, which is awesome. So there are a lot of opportunities. Even if you're not sure where to go, we definitely help students carve that career pathway exploration with them. So how much does it cost? We also have a big commitment to make sure that the college partners that we have are affordable. And with that, our tuition actually starts at $6,495. Specifically for Southern New Hampshire University, it is a yearly tuition of $6,495 without any cap of how many credits you can accrue in that tuition year. So that's a really awesome way to, make sure that you're earning a livable wage. You're not paying, a lot out of pocket. A lot of our students are Pell eligible, which means that they don't pay anything out of pocket. Right now, for 23-24 fiscal year, the FAFSA full Pell Grant is $6,945. So students getting the full Pell Grant that go to Southern New Hampshire University with us are even getting a little bit of a refund. And, there's no other out-of-pocket cost. There's no computer cost. We provide computers to students that need it. There's no extra books or anything, transportation cost, because everything is online. We also help students by providing scholarships. We provide some in-house scholarships, as well as we accept any private or public scholarships as well. And we are a partner of the Denver Scholarship Foundation. So for any DPS high school graduate, they can be eligible to apply for the DSF scholarship. And for those who might not qualify for any Pell Grant or might not be eligible for any or to apply to the financial aid assistance application, we have a income shared agreement, which is called the Advancer Fund. And the Advancer Fund is actually a really awesome way for students to pay for college that is stress-free. Students who have the Advancer Fund do not pay anything out of pocket up front. You work on your degree. Once you're done with your degree and you earn more than $40,000 a year, you start paying us back at affordable payments. And that's based on, whatever affordable means to you with your family size, with your situation, anything like that. And the interest right now is, I think, 1.1%. So it's a very affordable and awesome way to pay This is an income shared agreement because we want to make sure that the money that we're lending students, once that gets paid back, we're able to then provide those funds to another student in need. So it's not like we want to make a profit out of it. We just want to turn around and make sure that another student can also have access to those funds as well. So that's a great way for students who are undocumented or who are on DACA. Some students who maybe have exhausted their Pell Grant or are not eligible for any Pell at all, we can help with that. Now, what type of student are we looking for to be an advancer? We're looking for people with a GED or a high school diploma who can commit to at least 12 hours a week to school and who live in the Denver metro area. We're thinking like Montbello, maybe Thornton, right, Aurora, right around the Denver area to make sure that we can service you, if need be, we can go drop off a charger or a computer at your house. We're not looking for any specific GPA or anything like that, specifically for SNU. Even if English isn't your first language, the SNU curriculum starts about a 10th grade reading and writing level, and it's a great way to get that practice in as well. So there are a lot of options for students. We're just looking for GED or high school diploma that can commit to at least 12 hours per week and who live in the Denver metro area. Our application is always free and it's always online. And we are always available to help answer any questions or help you enroll, help you fill out any financial aid forms as well as enrollment forms or anything like that. So yeah, I'm almost done and then I'll, open it up for questions. But like I said, I did complete my associate's degree in 2021 and I'm working on my bachelor's degree now. And really, I think, advanced EDU is a great option for a lot of students who maybe didn't think about college or who didn't have the best experience in other traditional college systems. We're not trying to replace traditional four-year universities or community colleges. We just want to be another option for students who might not be thought of as traditional, but that can really benefit from this. So if you are at all interested, you can always contact me. This is my info. You can contact the Hello account, or you can scan this with your phone and it'll take you to an interest form and we can get in touch with you that way. But other than that, I will stop sharing my screen and I can answer some questions.
Thank you so much for that fantastic presentation. Just fabulous information. And it's so accessible to everyone. That is just a wonderful experience. Tiaja, you have a question?
Could you go back to the slide with the phone number? I was writing it down when you transferred, but then also I had a question about the Denver Foundation scholarships.
Absolutely. Let me share my screen one more time.
Sorry, I'm slow.
No worries. Okay, I'm sharing it. Yes, the Denver Scholarship Foundation is a partner. Well, they partnered with us. So the Denver Scholarship Foundation is for DPS high school students. If you have seniors in DPS high schools, they can apply to this scholarship and be eligible to use that scholarship at Advanced EDU. I don't know how much the scholarship is for. I think it's maybe $4,000 or $5,000 a year. I'm not entirely sure, but it is available to any Denver Public Schools senior to apply.
Okay, so originally you had said DPS graduate, so I'm old, but I did graduate from DPS and I do have several college credits, but I always wanted to finish, but then I had children and that never happened. So in this case, would I write to you to be in touch with someone to see what my credits are as far as transferable, or if they're good towards anything, to be able to figure out, like, my degree was going to be in international business. And I see that I looked on CSU Global. They do offer that as an undergraduate degree, but I don't know if there's, like, the criteria. I noticed that when you said it had to have a C or above to pass for when you were talking about the fast track, a lot of
Yeah.
colleges won't let you transfer credits unless you have a B or above. So I don't know how that all works.
Yeah, great question. So for your first question, yeah, what that looks like, if you do have previous college credits that you do want to get evaluated, the first step would be to get in touch with us, and we would help you with all of the enrollment forms. Once you're enrolled with Advanced EDU, we can help you send over those transcripts to whatever college, either Southern New Hampshire University or CSU Global, and they will officially evaluate and see how many credits will transfer over to the program of your choice. Now with CSU Global and the degree program that you're talking about, CSU Global and SNU do offer a lot of other different degrees, but the degree pathways that we have with CSU Global and SNU with Advanced EDU are the business, healthcare management, and technology, and as well as education. I'm sorry. So I don't know if the international business degrees or bachelor's degrees are something that we offer with Advanced EDU through CSU Global. But if you do want to, look into a little bit more about what Advanced EDU degree pathways we do have, I'll be more than happy to talk to you and see if we can, get somebody to look at the transcripts for you and see how many would transfer over.
Okay. And then, so I would just email hello at, is that what I would do?
Yeah, you can,
Okay.
you can email us here, or you can scan the QR code and fill out that interest form. Either one works.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
And then one last question, sorry. Do you have a scholarship resource center as well? For
Yeah,
outside scholarships?
Yeah, we do offer some scholarship assistance for students based on need. And it is based on how, we do like students to first fill out the financial aid application. And once they do that, then we determine how much their need is, as well as I joke that my part-time job outside of being a single parent, working full-time and going to school, is applying for scholarships. So your coaches can also help find scholarships that might be relevant to you.
And the current FAFSA, what is it based off? Which tax return year?
Yeah, so for 2023-24, it's based on 2021.
Okay.
2021.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ola, do you want to ask your question?
Yeah, thank you for this information. I wanted to know, I work with immigrants and refugees, and some of them, like the Afghan evacuees we had last year, some of them came in without their credentials because of the situation of that was in their country. So for those people who don't have credentials here, how are they eligible for this type of program, which I think is an awesome program for them, but how do they go around that?
Yeah, this is actually that's a great question, Ola. That's a conversation that I've been having a lot with a lot of people in leadership, because I have been seeing or hearing this question a lot from a lot of different community members, right? And unfortunately, there's not a lot of resources for people to transfer their credentials, unfortunately. Traditionally, what can happen is if you did have a bachelor's degree, a PhD, anything like that, really a master's degree in another country, what you would do is you would pay for a service to translate your certifications or your degrees or your credits over to, in English, or to there's an accreditation that the US uses. And so you pay to get that transferred. And if you want to go into, if you want to then get accredited or licensed or certified here in the United States, you would find a college or a college program that matches up with the accreditation that you have. And then your translated credits or certifications would then be matched up to see how many of those match the courses that are in the intended program. And then they would say, either one of two things. They would say, okay, awesome, like you don't need to take these classes, but you do need to take the certification test or the licensing test or pass this course to then be licensed, or, you know, get your bachelor's degree here, which is really hard to happen. Or what they do most often is they compare the translated transcripts to the course that they have, or the intended course that you're going into for relevancy. And they say, okay, you need 10 of these credits to then get your certification, or 12 of these credits to earn your certification. That's not really helpful, because a lot of those courses are not, you know, in people's native language. They're usually higher college courses in English that have, you know, higher or like tougher coursework, which might be really hard for somebody that, you know, the colleges and universities in the US might not be, you know, the easiest to navigate, or they're not really accessible or cheap. So all of that to say, we are working with a lot of other partners to help, but it is changing higher education systems is hard, but we are having those conversations. But with Southern New Hampshire University and CSU Global, if students have a high school diploma or GED, even if it's from another country, they can also have that translated and be eligible to take college courses with us through Southern New Hampshire University or CSU Global.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What other questions do we have?
Any final questions, ladies, for Leslie before we sign off tonight? Okay, I'm thinking that we don't have any additional questions. Thank you so much for presenting this wonderful opportunity. You know, if this is for you or not, maybe you know somebody that might benefit from this. This is a wonderful opportunity to share. And it is definitely the least expensive program I have ever seen. So this is a fabulous opportunity. Please share this. We will have this on our YouTube channel for you to share if you want to watch it again or give it to anybody. Again, Leslie, thank you so much for your time tonight. And we hope everyone has a fantastic evening.
Thank you so much, and have a good night, everybody.